Hey guys, welcome back to, welcome back to me. As you can see, I'm trying to use a new camera, so hopefully you guys can get this in 4K. Let me know in the comments below if it's working, if it's not, if you prefer the old one, whatever. So without any more delays, Stressless Saturday. So the purpose of these webinars is to give you some details around some of the stresses that you might be seeing throughout any health and fitness journey. So one of the biggest topics one of the biggest things that I tell my clients to do on a weekly basis is progress photos. Now, the reason for the progress photos is to give you guys yourselves a baseline as to what's changing and how your body is morphing, or how your actual diet and your training regime is coming along. Now, what most people tend to do is to get a bit shy because they don't like the photos that they're seeing at the moment. But do you know what? It's always a good starting point. Now, day one of any one of my plans, and as you'll see on the online plans, is a progress photo, just so you can see yourself from the day one. Most of the time we'll see each other, we tend to look at each other in the mirror every single day, and you're not going to notice massive changes. Even if you're running a 12-week program or a 6-month program, you're not going to notice any changes. So the biggest challenge is, I understand it's demoralizing. Sometimes you see yourself, you're like, man, I've been training all week, or I've been hammering the nutrition and I don't see any changes. And that's because you're looking at yourself every single day. Obviously, you're not going to change on a day-to-day basis. Like, for example, your hair, you might get a haircut, and because you're looking at yourself every day, you won't see your hair grow necessarily. But if you look at yourself after a week, or if you look at yourself after 2 weeks, your hair is going to grow, your nails, your beard, whatever it may be. For the female clients, whatever, you might see that your hair might not grow as long as on a daily basis, but within a month or 2 months, you'll see that you need your hair's actually grown, or your nails, or whatever. So that's one of the challenges, is that trying to stay consistent with taking progress photos. Now, I always tell my clients, I recommend same time, same camera, same position. So I usually mark an X on the floor where I'm supposed to be standing, and an X on the wall where my back is, and then I rotate. So I'll rotate 90 degrees each way, and or 45 degrees, and then have a 3-dimensional image of myself. Now, obviously, if you can't do it yourself, this isn't just a general selfie with a smile and some filters. This is an actual whole body from head to toe image, and you can add the progress photos in my app. So what that'll do is, in 2 weeks' time, you can have a look and say, actually, do you know what? Like, I only dropped a kilo, but I noticed my waist has decreased by a couple of centimeters. My pants are fitting a little bit better. My shirt sizes, my actual frame is just reduced, even though the scale might not tell you that you've lost 10 or 5 or 3 or whatever it may be. And that's a good way to keep yourself motivated. It's like, well, hold on, this month I thought I didn't do too well, but you know what? My body's changed. It also gives you the ability to track changes. So for example, if you're doing a upper body workout and you want to improve your midsection, or you want to improve your whatever, a certain muscle or a certain area you're wanting to improve, it gives you the ability to say, okay, hold on, I'm really starting to get bigger legs, for example, and it's not really looking in proportion. Maybe I should start working on my core and my lower back, and just to give myself the shape that I want. Because the last thing you want to do is be on a fitness plan for 6 months, and then come 6 months later, you're like, well, hold on, my legs and my upper body, or my upper body and my arms aren't in proportion, and now I've just wasted 6 months. So you catch it nice and early, as you can see yourself progressing through the plan. Also gives you the ability to see your body from a different angle. When you look at a progress photo is you having a 3-dimensional look at what progress or what changes have happened in the past week, month, year, whatever it may be. It also gives you the ability to see yourself straight from the side and from the rear, because obviously any mirror, when you're holding up your phone, or when you're turning around, you can't really see your body in certain angles. So having these progress photos gives you the ability to see all angles, and all of a sudden you think to yourself, well, okay, hold on, I may need to do a little bit more work, or my posture's starting to lean over and I need to do some posture work. I need to do some stretching. I'm feeling a bit tight in my hamstrings, or in my back, or whatever it may be. So that's one of the biggest challenges that I found with myself. I didn't take too many progress photos, so I wasn't sure, when the scales weren't showing any changes, I wasn't sure what was happening, and that was the biggest challenge that I found. Now, when people tell me, oh, wow, you lost 90 kilos, I've only got certain snippets where it shows that I'm 175, and then I've got 150, And then I've got, for example, I might have 5 or 6 photos at 130. And then eventually when I started plateauing, that's when I was starting to take more progress photos, because at that point in time, I'm like, hold on, the numbers aren't changing on the scale. So let me see if my body's actually changing. And when I started doing weekly progress photos, yeah, I wasn't happy with the results some week, but when I compared the results from a month ago or from 2 months ago, I was actually doing there was dramatic changes in my body. And that's where I found the biggest motivation to come from, because all of a sudden now I'm looking at myself. Oh, really? Is that what I look like from behind? I mean, not that you check yourself out from behind or whatever, because you fancy, really. But that's where I found most of the value that the simple sort of a progress photo gave me. And so, just quickly, guys, if you I really recommend every single weekly or monthly basis, whatever frequency you find fit for yourself, to do it, because 9 times out of 10 you will see that it keeps you on track and it keeps you following a plan. Because sometimes you might skip a meal or two and you feel bad for it. The number might go up on the scale and you're like, oh, it demotivates you. But if it's in your calendar every Sunday or every Monday, every Wednesday, whatever day it is, whatever time you start the plan, if it's in the calendar, it gets done, and you've always got something to go back to say, okay, look, hold on. When I was doing the first 35-day challenge, I was doing a very high intensity cardio, and I noticed I lost some muscle in my back, or I lost some muscle in my midsection. I'll make some changes. I know exactly the workout that I was doing. I mean, fast forward in a year's time, you might say, well, hold on. I've been training this sort of style of training, might be hypertrophy or strength training or whatever it may be, or it just might be cardio, marathon running, sports-specific training. And you can say to yourself, well, in 35 days, I achieved those results because I was doing plan X. And now the next 35 days or the next 3 months, I was doing plan Y, and it didn't really give me those results. So I might go back to there. And it gives you a diary on, and it keeps yourself accountable. If you're not working with me, or if I'm not your coach and you're going out on your own, I hold you accountable with progress photos and tracking the results and changes. If you want to do that for yourself, progress photos is a great way to start, because you can turn around and say, well, you know what? I followed nutrition for a month and these are the results I got. Absolutely amazing results. Here on the second month, I didn't really follow the nutrition, and these are the results that I'm getting. So that was one of the challenges that I was facing, and the stresses that I had when I was going through my transformation, was not being able to see the difference at all angles. What I thought I was doing, which was okay, or according to the plan, didn't necessarily give me the results that I wanted, because I couldn't see the changes. And sometimes I made dramatical changes to my workout or to my nutrition because I couldn't see any progress. So without making incorrect changes, for example, I used to work out more because the numbers on the scale weren't going down, and I used to work out more and I ended up losing some more muscle, which is not what you want to do. What you want to do is try and lose as close to that 100% pure fat loss, as well as maintaining or even increasing the amount of muscle mass that your body has. So guys, I don't want to take up too much more time on your Saturday. It's an amazing day. It's nice and bright and sunny in Sydney today. It's a little bit windy, but you know, I'm about to hit a workout. I will pump down a banana and have a pre-workout. 20 minutes later, hit the gym. Have a great weekend. I'll catch you guys on Wednesday for Ask Dan. It's going to be some crazy topics in the upcoming weeks. I've had an amazing break over the past 6 weeks, and now I'm just ready to get back into it with all 4 of my clients. I'd like you guys to check in every Sunday. Have a great weekend, guys, and I'll catch you later.